Welcome to Secure the Bag Week 14. What it do?
What a new baby.
Man, it's your boy AW.
And your boy Strizzy back in the building. Welcome back, fam.
Yes, thank you, man. I'm glad to be back in my office and I definitely had a nice little vacation, dog, a nice little break. Got to go to Disneyland with the fam, so that's what's up. But I'm definitely glad to be back here with you.
For sure.
And back in the mix. And I just realized too, my Slack tree. I need to put my Slack tree up.
Oh, yeah.
Place, you know what I'm saying? Let me show off the AW, you know what I'm saying? Let me show off the helmet and the ornaments and everything.
Yeah.
Gotta get that thing popping, and make sure that's on full display.
Yep.
But I'm happy to be back, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Had a pretty decent week last week. I think I went 2 for 3, I think. We'll get into that in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, a good week, but then that one parlay that missed by one, the Niners got me, dog. Like, man, that hurt a little bit.
Definitely, dog. I can't believe that, man. I mean, that's so hard to do, but I mean, man, I can't believe that they screwed that up for you.
For sure. Honestly, man, like I really didn't think they were gonna lose. Like if I had to like make that bet over again, I'd probably still take them. You know what I'm saying? But man, I think Russ is just feeling better. He's getting healthy, and obviously he's the better quarterback between the two. So, it might be a little bit different going forward if Russ is back to being Russ.
No, I agree, and we'll look at that. He's got a good matchup this week, but no, I agree with you. I feel like too, from San Francisco standpoint, like that's one that they just couldn't afford to drop. So I was really, I was really surprised by that. But that's one of those things that we talk about too with this whole thing. Every time we talk about it, it's like you said, you would have made that same decision again, that same call, like you would have done the same thing. So it's like it's tough with betting because it's just some things you can't predict, you can't prepare for.
Sure.
So
for sure,
we know how that goes. But we usually do, we'll go ahead and get into our little examples. You know what I'm saying? We got the line, we got total, we got the over under for the total, and then the money line. I had this same. I didn't update these little things, but we have these like little terms, but. I was wondering, do you have any ones that you want to talk about, or do you want to talk about your parlay a little bit more, or anything?
No. I think so. The cool thing about the parlay, though, if you, I didn't post like the whole parlay, but like within the parlay, I took pretty much every team against the spread, right? So the line,
mm-hmm.
But there were a couple of games that I didn't feel super comfortable with, so I did alt spreads. So. Alt spreads basically are spreads that like you might not feel 100% comfortable with, right? You're just like, I don't know if that's going to happen. Win by 4, maybe not. Win by 2.5, maybe a little bit more comfortable because I think it's going to be close by a field goal or something like that. So a couple of those games, I altered the spreads a little bit. And the cool thing was like even if I didn't alter them, they still would have hit. But like I just felt better about the alternative spread that I made. So don't always think to yourselves that it's just these 3 lines that we got to do. Line, total, and the money line. But man, like explore the app. Like there's a lot of stuff out there for sure.
No, I agree with that, and that's the other dope thing too. Yeah, like you said, you can do the alternate spreads within your parlay. So if there's something you really don't like, but you still want to build it up, you can kind of change it to something that you're comfortable with. Or even another thing too with the parlays is you can always mix them between line, money line, and over under. So if there's a game where you're like, I don't know who's gonna win, but I know they're gonna score a lot of points, you could just go take the over, instead of taking a winner. So that's what's up, though. That's what's up. Good stuff there. But yeah, we're learning along with everyone else for sure. But of course, like we always say, this is not actual betting advice. We're not telling y'all what to do. We're just kind of sharing our experiences and sharing the things that we're learning along the way. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into our quick review of last week. And like you said, Strizzy, yeah, you did pretty good. This first one, Colts smacked down on the Texans. That was never an issue. Even with the big spread, you hit that one. So great job there. The Bengals Chargers, though, this was a rough one. What did you think of that game?
I think the Chargers just played well. I think when the Chargers played Chargers football, they look great. They look like playoff and title contenders, you know what I mean? And then other weeks, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I picked the Bengals because the week they played before this, they just didn't look very good. So this was kind of a toss-up game, but I thought the Bengals rolled, I think, on the Steelers prior to this.
Yeah.
And they looked really, really good and then just kind of like wet the bed this game. So
yeah.
Kind of
weird,
though.
Tough one, man. The
Yeah,
Chargers are so inconsistent, like you
yeah,
said, man. When they look good, it's like, okay, you can beat anybody.
for
But
sure.
then the next week they'll look flat. So that's tough. And
Yep.
then this one, though, another one. You predicted this one. We kind of had a feeling that the Rams would get back on them. So
It's funny,
that's what's up.
the two big spreads I picked hit, but the one small one I didn't.
Yeah. It ain't right. It ain't right sometimes. Let's
You
switch
know what
over
I'm
to
saying?
mine real quick.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one definitely hurt me. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco fell down like you were talking about.
yep,
Seattle kind of got back to doing them and got that outright win. So I did miss on that one. The Patriots came through for me on that Monday night.
yeah,
Not only did they help me hit this lock, but also they helped me win the Pick'em League. So
yeah.
definitely that was legit. I was like, come on, Patriots, you can do this for me. And I do want to say, reminder to get involved in the Pick'em League if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? Get with us because you can play every week and you can win a prize each week if you get the top Pick'em. So that's what's up on that. And then Washington came through for me as well as an underdog,
I
beating the
know.
Raiders. That
Got
was
dub.
legit. Washington's on a little bit of a roll. So I kind of am interested to what you think about them this week. So we'll see what's
Yeah.
up with that. Also want to give a shout out to Unc. What's up, Unc? We
So,
appreciate you being with us.
yep.
Thank you for the love as always. And I'm excited to hear your picks as well in a second when we get into it. So, all right. So quick recap, you know what I'm saying? Last week, Strizzy had the 2 bags, bringing it up to 19 on the total. I had 2, bringing myself to 16. So we're still kind of, you know what I'm saying, right there. We're making it happen. And we did take that 1 week off. So for Thanksgiving. So not too bad on the season so far. We'll see if we can get it up to closer to like 30 bags. So I don't know.
Right.
We got a couple
I
weeks
got
left.
faith. I got faith.
Yeah.
We got this.
All right. So now, Strizzy, let us have you talk us through your locks for the week, starting with the first one.
Yeah, so Bengals +1. This is kind of a toss-up game, again. I think that they're going to bounce back from last week. I think last week was a really bad week for them. But I don't know. I like this Bengals team for some reason. So I at +1, the underdog, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I do like this Bengals team. It's just kind of interesting to see. Like, I think we now know that they're not great, but they're definitely good. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
somewhere in between that.
for
But
sure.
this is a kind of an interesting matchup for them too. I like that. I'm kind of with you on that one. What about this? What's this next one?
Right. So I have the Ravens as an underdog in this one. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about it now that I think about it, but I still think that they're better than the Browns. But Browns just have so many injuries right now. I mean, injuries. They just lost the tight end Joku for the year, so I think he's out now as well. So I think as long as the Ravens can just not turn the ball over and get a decent game out of Lamar, they should be able to take this one. I know quarterback still hurting for the Browns too, so Baker Mayfield. So hopefully Ravens, my boys, can come through for me as well.
Yeah, I
Just
agree. It's
just a
weird to
field
see
goal.
them. Yeah, it's weird to see them an underdog, but if you do
Right,
take a close look at it, like the Browns are probably better at almost every position other than quarterback.
right.
So that is a tough one, but the Ravens as an underdog, I kind of am liking that. So
Yeah, same.
and then the Jaguars.
Yeah. So I know the Jaguars kind of came together a little bit and talked about they got to get their running back on the field. He can't be missing 10 and 20 plays and stuff like that. And Trevor Lawrence came to the coaching staff and was like, we got to get him out there. Like, he's our best offensive player. Like, I want him out there. I need him out there type deal. So I'm kind of hoping that kind of brings them together a little bit. I don't think they're going to win this game, but I do think they keep it between 9 or below 9.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one too. Yeah, they're playing the Titans.
Yeah,
The Titans they should win, but they struggle to score a lot of points.
they
So
do. They do.
I
They're
don't see
falling
them
off a little
blowing
bit
them out.
too with the injuries.
True. Yeah, yeah.
We got Brown on
So,
IR right now, and of course, King Henry on IR. So if they can get the ground game going, the Jags, I think they can, let Trevor Lawrence do his thing a little bit. I still think they lose, but I think it's within 9 points.
yeah. No, I feel you on that. Okay. So you're locked in with the Bengals, Ravens, and Jaguars, all underdogs this week. I love it.
Yep.
Let's see how you do. And then for me, my first one is the Steelers. So this is an interesting game tonight. The Steelers Vikings. I don't really know if I feel good with this because the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger struggles, but I will say that their defense has really come together. And the Vikings,
Mhm.
even though Dalvin Cook is supposed to be back, the Vikings have kind of struggled. I think they're going to be missing Thielen as well.
Yep.
I feel like the Steelers are going to keep this close, and especially because for whatever reason, the Steelers, when they play in prime time, this is Thursday night game,
Yep.
they always kind of hang in there. So we'll find out how my week is going right away. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. But I'm going with the Steelers as the underdog against the Vikings tonight. Now, this next one, Seattle Seahawks are playing the the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of an interesting one for me, but after that big win against San Francisco, I think they're going to use that to kind of buoy themselves. Their season is still, in all likelihood, lost, but Russell Wilson looks like he's starting to cook again, and I think that they'll be able to put up points on the Texans, so I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks, even though it's kind of a bigger line than I'm usually comfortable with.
Right.
But I got them. I think that they should be able to handle business and kind of build off of the momentum from that last week.
For sure. You don't tend to see their lines that high. I look at that one too, actually, before I picked my three, or while choosing my three. And I thought it was a little big for them, but
yeah, exactly. Like I feel like this -8 is probably the highest they've been favored all year.
Right.
And
but
so we'll see, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's what makes me a little bit nervous about it, but I'm like, nah, they'll make this happen.
Yeah.
And my last one, the Rams against the Cardinals on Monday night. So, man, this is another really tough one for me. But the Rams are underdogs. They're hanging 2.5 points. I feel like the Rams should win this game. The Cardinals have been great this year. They got their boy back last week, but they still kind of struggled against the Bears. And their defense had 4 turnovers, and they only won, I think, by like 7 points or 8 points. So with those 4 turnovers in mind, like I feel like they needed that in order to win. I think that game last week was kind of closer than people thought.
Yeah.
But they did get Murray and Hopkins back. I just feel like for the Rams, though, this is make it or break it time. They're going to have to find out what they're going to do in this division right now this week. They played the Cardinals earlier this year when they were kind of on a roll, and we thought, I think it was 6-1 each. Both of them were 6-1 or 5-1 or something like that. And the Cardinals kind of smacked them. I feel like that they're going to be more prepared for the Cardinals this time around.
Definitely.
And I think that the Rams are going to get it done. But it's an interesting one. Another one that's a primetime game Monday night. I don't know, man. It's so funny. Looking at this week, I was kind of iffy on a lot of these.
Yeah.
But I'm like, these are the ones that kind of I'm feeling the best about. So we'll see. This could be a boomer bust for me.
I feel you, man. I'm with you on that one too. I got the Rams also with that pick too.
Yeah. So, all right, that's what's up. So I'm now locked in. I got my 3 locks out there: Steelers, Seahawks, Rams. We'll see how we do on that. But now let's go ahead and go to the full Week 14 schedule, and let's run down all of our picks for this week. And these are picks not against the spread, just straight up pick 'em, money line type picks, who we think is going to win. So starting with Thursday Night Football, Strizzy, who do you got? The Steelers at the Vikings?
I actually got the Steelers in this one. Like you said, Steelers play good in prime time. Even when they don't win, they keep it close. And I feel like with Adam Thielen out, they're basically gonna cloud Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be on him pretty much all game. So it's gonna be really up to the Vikings, other players, other offensive players to kind of like get the job done tonight. And even if Dalvin Cook does come back and play, he's still not going to be 100%. So if he's not 100%, I think I always forget the running back's the backup name is, but
Madison.
Madison. But he's nice. He looked really good. I think the week before he played pretty well. Had a touchdown too, getting to the end zone, and maybe you just ride with him until Dalvin Cook's fully healthy because he has a history of being hurt.
Right. No, I agree. I think that is a big concern. And I can see that if the Steelers are playing tough or the Vikings are down, I could see them kind of limiting Cook a little bit more than they would have.
Yeah.
And you're right. Madison is a great backup. It's just like he's everything that Cook can do without the like big playability or the breakaway speed.
Right.
But he is solid. But yeah, the Steelers, man, their defense looks like it's back the way they played the last couple of weeks. So so we'll see. But yeah, Unc also has the Steelers on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's up. Now moving into this weekend's game. Now I misspoke. I thought that week 14 was the first Saturday games, but I was looking and all these say they're scheduled for Sunday. So I believe this is just Sunday morning straight up. But we'll start with that Baltimore and Cleveland, and I think the Saturday games start next week. So but who you got for Baltimore and Cleveland?
I got Baltimore in this game. I'm a little worried though. I am worried though because of Humphrey being out and Chubb being back. I think Chubb is just. I'm afraid they're gonna get ran over a little bit, on Sunday. But hopefully my boys can at least get the dub. You know what I mean? Like if Chubb goes off for 150 yards or whatever, cool. But I hope we get the dub by at least a field goal.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm actually going with the Ravens as well. But this is one of those where I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of a coin flip, and I kind of reserve the right to change this pick. I don't know,
For
but
real.
I think it should be the Ravens. I do think it'll be a low scoring kind of game though, especially depending on how the weather is in Cleveland. It's pretty cold out there.
Yeah.
So I definitely think this will be a ground and pound game, but I think Baltimore will pull it out. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. I
Yeah,
know
I
this
got
was your
Tennessee in
lock.
this one.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
Tennessee in this one.
yeah. They
Um,
win it, but I think it's closer than we're gonna think.
I agree. I agree. I'm going with Tennessee as well, but I do think it's going to be another low scoring game. Tennessee, ever since Henry went out, has just struggled to put up a lot of points. I think they're averaging like 16 points a game.
Yeah.
Jacksonville doesn't score a lot either, so I think it'll be low scoring. I think Tennessee gets it done. But Unk actually is going with the upset on this one. He said he's
Yeah.
got the Jaguars. So
I don't blame him, man. Wide receivers hurt, no running game at all.
yeah,
Tannehill has yet to be able to prove that he can do this without them,
without
without
that
Henry.
help,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? Jacksonville, they've got talent, man. They've got talent. They can't figure out how to put it all together.
Oh yeah, and we've seen crazier things for sure. I mean, this
Definitely.
year is really is no straightforward games. I feel like so.
Definitely.
Um, this one seems straightforward on the surface. Las Vegas Raiders at Kansas City Chiefs. How do you have this one?
I got KC. I think they're rolling now. They're finally starting to get things a little bit together. Probably some more stuff they want to get, sharpened up or polished up on offense, but I still think they win this game. I think the Raiders have hit that slope. You know what I mean? They're starting to go downhill now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going with Kansas City in this one at home. I still can't believe though that like we're at this position where Kansas City's strength is actually on defense.
Yeah,
Um, they've
for
been
real.
holding teams down these past 4 or 5 weeks. And I just can't believe it, but it's given the Chiefs an opportunity to get back in the division lead, and it's given their offense plenty of time to figure things out.
Yeah,
Um, I think they definitely win this one at home, and that's a big one for the division. Only interesting thing too, though, is Kansas City usually doesn't play that early in the morning. Like they're
I
usually
know.
it's kind of weird to see them on that early morning spot.
Definitely.
So I don't know what the schedules were doing with that one, but next up, New Orleans Saints at New York Jets.
I'm picking New Orleans. I don't know, man. I kind of want to go. I'm going Jets, actually. Bump that. I'm going Jets.
You're
I
going
don't like
Jets?
the way the Saints look, man. And Taysom Hill, he doesn't have the arm. He doesn't have it. Like his ball is super slow. Who knows but I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are much better, obviously, than the Jets. They're way better than the Jets. But like, I don't know, just something about them. I don't know.
No, I'm with you on this one. This is another one where I had it as a toss up, and I'm
Yeah,
leaning towards the Jets.
yeah,
Their defense plays well. Like if there's one thing that they can do, it's well, I should say defend against like the big plays and things like that. They're a pretty
yeah.
solid defense. So with that being said, and New Orleans is kind of hampered. I think that their defense is going to play well. The only question is, can the Jets do enough, like
Right.
to get going?
Right.
And I
Saints
think that
have
they
coaching
can.
on their side. Yeah, Saints got coaching on their side, but like, man, they just
They
if
don't have that.
Taysom Hill wasn't running the, I can't imagine that being any different. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
the majority of their interceptions last week were on Taysom Hill. Like he basically threw it. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't like aside from that amazing catch, the out of bounds one that he stayed inbounds catch, or whatever. I can't remember who caught it, but um, I don't know, man. I don't really believe in Taysom Hill like that.
I don't either. So Unk says Jets, Taysom Hill, 4 picks. Yeah.
Right?
All right. Next up, Dallas at Washington. You know where I'm at. I'm going America's
Sure.
team. I feel like
Yeah.
Washington's been really good, but honestly, I just don't think that they can keep up. If the offense scores the way they should for Dallas, like then Washington should not be able to keep up. I feel like they're going to
Sure.
try to pound the ball on the ground and keep it low scoring, but we'll see. Who do you got though?
Definitely. I'm with you on this one. I think Dallas. I think Washington has been on a little bit of a winning streak, but I think Dallas does kind of like end that this week. But I do think though, like you said, Washington definitely is going to want to kind of ground this a little bit, keep it low scoring, and keep the game kind of quick with the clock, constantly going down. So, hopefully Dallas plays their game and doesn't try to play theirs.
For sure. No, I feel you. All right. Uncle's got the Cowboys too. So Atlanta Falcons at Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna be honest. If I could, I'd pass on this game. I don't know what's going on. So Strizzy, I need
Bro,
you to
right?
tell me. I need you to tell me what you're thinking on this one.
Man, I have no idea. I just don't trust my team right now. We got a lot of people hitting IR that don't need to be on IR. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we just let go Joe Brady. We just fired him last week, so he's gone. Um, like I'm probably going Atlanta on this. You know what I mean? Like, they're not a very good team either, but at least their team is still together. You know what I mean? So I'm going Atlanta on this one just because that's what my brain is telling me to do. And right now I'm listening to my brain, not my heart. So I'm going Atlanta on this.
All right. Well, I'm going to Atlanta too. You know the most about the Panthers, so I feel
Yeah.
you. If you're feeling nervous, I'm going with the Falcons on this one.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, both of these teams it's very interesting because it's been a mixed bag this year. They both have talented players. They both are like solid. They both have decent coaching, but it's like just the performances sway, left and right. Like
yeah,
so, I think I am going to go with the Falcons on this one, and it is tough. It's a division game, so you just really never know.
for
Um,
sure. And
Last
Carolina's
one
at
of the
home.
yeah, exactly. Even though it's there, right?
Yeah,
Um, all right. So last one of the morning, Seattle Seahawks at Houston Texans. Like I said, I think this is Seattle in a little bit of a blowout. I feel like Russell Wilson kind of
yeah.
hit his stride a little bit. Who you got in this one?
Same Seattle. Houston, I don't think they'll be able to keep up.
Yeah. No, I
If
feel you.
Seattle's defense can just play decent, yeah,
Yeah.
that's all they need.
It's tough too because Seattle just I don't know. I just can't see them down bad like that. So I definitely see them
Yeah,
winning, you know what I'm saying? And the Texans, I feel like they're all just collecting their paychecks. Like they know they ain't gonna do nothing.
for
So
sure.
I want to welcome in Stephanie Washington. Hey,
What's
hey,
that?
thank you for checking in on us. We appreciate you being able to join the show. And look, you met Santa?
You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
up, man. I should have passed it along my letter, you know what I'm saying? Because I still
Yeah,
have
really.
my letter for him. I haven't dropped it in the mail yet. But I'm hoping to meet him too, maybe soon. So that's what's up, Stephanie. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate you. And now let's go ahead and move into the afternoon games. First up, Detroit at Denver, the Double Ds. What do you think about this one?
I got Denver in this one. They're at home. The defense is extremely tough. I think they're still without Swift for this game already, so I'm taking Denver. I'm glad
Yeah,
I'm glad they got the win last week, but
yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Detroit got their win. That was their Super Bowl. It's over for them. Denver's coming off of a tough game against the Chiefs, but Denver still
yeah.
has a really solid defense. So if they can do anything on offense, I think that they'll win this game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Next up, New York Giants at Los Angeles Chargers.
This one's
Um,
tough. I'm taking the Chargers. But New York is playing your boy. They're playing from, I think, right?
I was just gonna say, yeah. So some interesting news on that. Jake Fromm was signed to play against the Chargers this week. I don't know. I think he was only signed like earlier this week or something like that, and he's gonna start,
So he was
right?
actually yeah. So he actually signed last week, but I don't think
Okay.
he played. But this week he's been getting all the first team reps because Daniels essentially is basically out. I think their backup was who played last week. He's like the number one backup of all time. Like the dude has played for like every team. Like
Right, right. Who was it
I,
though?
I can't. His name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of what it is. But like dude's literally played for like everybody. But he played last week for Daniels, and but now I think they're going with Fromm this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, Mike Glennon. Yeah, Mike Glennon.
Yeah, Glennon.
And Glennon's hurt too, though. He didn't practice. He's questionable. So yeah, they're going with Fromm.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why I'm like, there's no way I see the Giants winning this game. I love Jake Fromm, sort of. You know, he screwed us out of a national championship, so that still
Yeah.
pisses me off. But I'm rooting for him. I just don't
Right.
see how they can beat the Chargers. So I'm definitely going with the Chargers on that one. Next up, San Francisco at Cincinnati. Um, I really don't know
I'm
what to
taking
do in
Cincy.
this game, but I'm kind
Yeah.
of thinking San Francisco on the road only because Debo Samuel is supposed to be back this week. If Debo
Okay.
Samuel played last week, there's no way they lost to Seattle. Um,
Right.
but this is still, I still just don't know what to expect from Cincy, but I'm leaning towards San Francisco.
I feel you. I'm kind of leaning more towards Cincy on this one. Again, it was +1, -1. They're basically saying we don't know who's going to win this game. It's going to be one of them. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm taking Cincy primarily because they're at home.
Got you. I like it. I like it. That'll be an interesting one. I'm glad though we're split on at least some of these.
Right.
Um, Next up, Buffalo at Tampa Bay.
This one's tough too, man.
Yeah, I don't like this game. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I
I'm
don't
kind of
like it
with
at
you. Like,
all.
I feel like it should be Tampa Bay, but I also feel like that's a little too obvious because, like,
Right,
if we're just comparing the way Buffalo played last week, that wasn't it. And this is going to
right.
be in the sunshine, and Buffalo usually scores a lot. Like, honestly, if I
Yeah,
could, I would just take the over on this because I feel like it's going to be like 33 to 36 or something. I think it's just going to be a lot of points scored. Um, but I don't know. I'm thinking Buffalo.
I'm thinking Buffalo too. Tampa Bay can afford to drop one, especially in the division that they're in. Buffalo's got to catch back up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like they've got to get back into their division, that divisional race. They are still vying for that number one seed, so and they can't drop this one. It's a must win for them. Tampa Bay kind of the same thing, but like I don't know if they catch the Cardinals and the Packers, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
right. No, I feel you. I do think that this means more to Buffalo than it does to Tampa Bay, only because, like you said, Tampa Bay is just kind of like in that middle of the pack. They're going to get in, and they're not really
Yep,
worried about the seeding as much as just getting into the playoffs healthy. So,
exactly.
I do want to welcome Caitlin Gibbs to the show. I don't know exactly what the comments is saying, but
Yeah.
first time viewer and first time commenter. So I want to say thank you for that. And I also am
Listen.
curious if there's any relation to like the Gibbs family, like Joe and them. So let us know on that. And the last game Sunday night, Chicago Bears at Green Bay Packers. Um, I'm going with the Packers on that one. I just feel like the only question is, will it be close or not? I feel like the Bears
Yeah.
are getting ready to fire Nagy. I don't see them winning this game.
No, not at all. Plus, they're going back to another quarterback change. You know what I'm saying? Fields is healthy again, so they're going back with Fields, who also hasn't played very well this year either. But he gives them that mobility aspect. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
they'll keep it as close as they can because his whole comment last time how he owns them. But I still think he's gonna sneak away.
I agree. I agree. All right, last game of the week, that Monday night Rock'em Sock'em. We got the Rams at the Cardinals. I'm going with the Rams on this one. I think it should be a very close game, very good game. But who do
Yeah.
you got on this one?
Same, I'm riding with you. I'm thinking the Rams get this one.
Yeah,
They can't get disrespected twice in 1 year. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. And if you look like these teams, whether they're good or bad, either way they always split. So
Yep.
I think that tradition will continue. I got the Rams in this one. We got some bye weeks: Colts, Dolphins, New England, and Philadelphia.
Yep.
So make sure you make your fantasy lineups and changes and all that stuff. And yeah, if you're participating in the pick'em league, make sure you get your picks in before tonight. And yeah, that's what it is. That is our week 14 secure the bag. We got our 3 locks in. We made all our money line picks, and we'll see how we do this week, man. I'm hoping that we can start, cashing in a couple more things here
Oh
and
yeah.
there. So
Trying
so
to get
that's
paid.
what
You
it
know what I'm saying?
is. Um, any more disclaimers or any other things you want to hit before we jump out of here?
Absolutely not, man. Just make sure if you're not already, liked, followed, all that fun stuff. Make sure you do so. Subscribe and turn notification bells on. And if you can, be so nice. I'm saying share the video. If you see this video the video on YouTube, go ahead and hit that share button. You can share it to your Twitter. You can share it to friends within text message, whatever. Just share the videos to get them out there.
Absolutely, man. Great point. Yeah, sharing is caring for sure. And we
Yep.
appreciate all the new friends we meet and all the new people that come along and check with us. We know time is very valuable. So anytime you spend with us is much appreciated. So that's what's up. We will see y'all back on Tuesday for episode 119 or 120. I think it's
120.
120. Wow. Okay. So
It was doing, I
120
think.
weeks in a row. So Tuesday night, we'll be back for show 120. That'll be very exciting. We'll talk about all the sports that are going on this weekend. And then we'll be back next Thursday at this same time for week 15 to secure the bag. So that's what it is. We thank you so much for your participation. And it is your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
And we out.
Peace.
And you say them too. They open up my eyes.